What's up, y'all? This is Monday's Meet Business, and today we're going to talk about what do you do if somebody else is using your brand. Check it out. What's up, y'all? My name is Saluto Uba, and I am the entrepreneur lawyer. I'm also the founder of the Uba Law Group, the law firm that specializes in business formation and intellectual property to help you protect your assets, save money on taxes, and attract quality clients. So today, we want to quickly talk about what do you do if you find out that someone's using your brand. So typically this will happen if you're starting a company or if you've been running it for a while and you realize that you need to protect your intellectual property. The way that you protect your brand is by first running a trademark search before you go to trademark. So this is where people typically discover that somebody else has a similar brand or something like what they're doing, if they don't already personally know about another company that's similar. So this is a very, very crucial and important step. You perform a trademark search. We're not just talking about going on the USPTO website and searching for the name of your mark, because that's going to give you a very, very narrow and limited understanding of who all is using it. A lot of times we work with clients that they did the search themselves and they thought their name was clear, but then when we came on and we performed a comprehensive search, we found out that there were a whole bunch of other companies that had similar names and were competing in that same area. So you need to perform a comprehensive trademark search, and a competent attorney will be able to help you do that. So the next thing you want to do if you discover that somebody else has your brand is to go back and figure out your date of first use. And so what I mean by this is that your trademark right is created the minute you start using that trademark. You go and you apply for a trademark application with the USPTO in order to be able to enforce those rights. When you do apply, your trademark rights revert back to the date that you first started using it. So the date of first use is really important if you find somebody else using a similar trademark and you discover that they've used their mark after you have. So if you know that if you've been using the mark sooner and earlier, you can start that trademark application process, and you'll typically have the rights and the ability to get that name and get that trademark owned by yourself in the vast majority of situations. However, on the flip side, if you discover that someone has been using a similar trademark or the same mark that you're using before you have, in all likelihood, you're going to have subordinate rights, and if the other party wants to move forward with that trademark application, they will have a better chance of getting that trademark or getting ownership of that brand before you. It's not something that a lot of folks want to hear, but it's just the reality of the situation. Okay, this leads us to our next point. What do you do if you find out that there is another company with a similar trademark or a similar name or a similar brand, and you don't necessarily want to have to fight and squabble it out, down the line or through attorneys or things like that? So what you could do is offer to reach an agreement with the other party. So there's something known as a Coexistence Agreement, and this is pretty much where two companies or brands with similar names will pretty much agree, hey, we acknowledge each other, we agree that both of us can have these similar names, and we're not going to fight each other basically in front of the USPTO. That's a shortened version of a little bit something that's more complex. But in the vast majority of situations, if you guys can come to a coexistence agreement, then the USPTO can and will honor that unless there's some other extenuating circumstances. But this is a strategy that a lot of people can use if you're unsure, or if you're in a situation where you just want to make peace and have an efficient way of getting your trademark rights honored and respected. These last two are different strategies for you to use if you discover you're on the losing side of a trademark battle. You're the second person, or you're not the first person to come up with that idea and someone's already trademarked it, or they're in the process and you can already tell they have superior rights to yours and they're likely going to win that battle. So one of the strategies that you can use is to find a piece of your brand or a visual element or a slogan or something else that you use with your company and trademark that. So the idea is that you want to have some continuity with your brand and with your company. So in case you have to move away from the dominant name that you've used for your brand, you still have something that you can still spin off to have some continuity so that your clients and your customer base can still know that it's your name and your product. So if you know beforehand that you might not win the current trademark fight, look for some other piece or element of your brand and protect that and trademark that, and go ahead and proactively set yourself up for success in the future. Okay, and now the last tip that I have to give is the one that I hate to give. Unfortunately, Sometimes we'll have clients that are trying to trademark something and those rights are just completely taken, and they've already based their whole business on a name that they now discover they cannot use. In a situation like this, what we might have to recommend is a full rebrand. And now nobody wants to hear that, but the reality of the situation is if somebody owns the trademark rights and they own that intellectual property, if they discover that you're using that name, they can come after you and they're gonna have the rights to stop you from infringing on their trademark. This is why we really stress that search, that first strategy that we talked about, because it's so much more beneficial if from the beginning you can discover that that name is already taken, that trademark is already registered, and you don't spend so much time, money, and energy into a brand that you ultimately cannot own. So that search helps us from coming to this last strategy where you have to do a complete rebrand. It sounds unfortunate, but at the end of the day, it's more important that you have a brand that you own and that you can have full protection of, and you can have that confidence to move forward and know that your business, your product, your service is going to be entirely your own when it comes to a branding standpoint. So that's it. That was the list. Hopefully that was helpful for you. If this was a lot, please feel free to reach out to our firm. We take care of this all the time for clients, and we'd be happy to assist you with setting up and protecting your intellectual property. All right, so until next time, keep on grinding, keep on hustling, y'all. You know, I believe in y'all. And don't forget, I got the shirt this time. Mondays mean business. Peace. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this content, if it's bringing value to you, if it's helping you understand your business even more, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our other videos. We drop weekly videos about how to protect your business, how to save money on taxes, how to learn more in unique different aspects that'll give you a strategic advantage as an entrepreneur. So be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We appreciate it. Peace.